Cuba has charged the Venezuelan gunboats. Today opened fire on one of its fishing vessels 100 miles off the Venezuelan coast. Then hope was abandoned late today for finding any survivors from that Pan American jetliner which exploded and crashed last night off the Venezuelan coast while on a flight from New York to Caracas.
The Venezuelan flag flew at half-staff all day as a gesture of respect for all the dead in Sunday's crash. The IASA's Flight 742 had just taken off from Maracaibo's Grando de Oro airport for Miami when it lost power and exploded and crashed in flames into a suburban housing development just north of the airport.
At a news conference in Caracas, President-elect Carlos Andrés Perez promised not to reduce oil shipments during the energy crisis and pledged cooperation with the United States, which he called Venezuela's first market. But he also criticized President Nixon's Latin American policy and demanded fair treatment for Venezuela's economic interests. Carlos Andrés says new formulas must be worked out that would benefit all parties. But what would benefit Venezuela may not be in the best interest of the United States.
Today, more than a third of Venezuela's 1.5 million barrel a day refining capacity was knocked out by accident.
I propose that we identify the most fruitful areas for our common effort and set ourselves the goal of a major accomplishment this year.
Kissinger's basic message is the United States recognizes it can no longer dominate the countries of Latin America.
Venezuela today nationalized its oil industry. President Carlos Andrés Perez raised the Venezuelan flag at the site of the country's first commercially productive well.
Carter welcomed his counterpart from Venezuela to the White House today. Ed Bradley reports.
Mr. Perez heads one of the strongest democracies in South America and has spearheaded his own drive for human rights at home and abroad. He had words of praise for the example set by Mr. Carter. He said it has been many years since small and weak nations have heard a great nation speak out on behalf of human rights.
But this election campaign featured a new American import to Venezuela, the political image makers. Here's a report from Lynn Scher in Caracas.
What's the difference between a TV commercial made for a Venezuelan presidential candidate and one made for his counterpart in the United States? Ask a man who's produced both.
The ones in Venezuela are done in Spanish.